welcome back. Well, we've been talking this week about New Year's resolutions. Are you sticking to yours? Well, some of the big ones out there include things like working out, managing your finances, and of course, eating better. Well, here to help us understand how to get started on that journey to better nutrition is Maggie Walker. Maggie's with SIH. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Happy to be here.
Hey, thank you for coming on. We like your expertise. This is kind of a loaded question because I have an idea of what's healthy. Other people have an idea. Help me get started. Where do we start?
There's so many places you can start. And the first thing is really to figure out, why do you want to be healthy?
Okay.
Is it for your overall health? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to prevent chronic diseases that run in your family? Do you just want to feel better and have more energy? Figuring out why you want to get healthy can help drive your next steps after that.
Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. So it really depends on what you're going for. It's very personal. Okay, well, what are some of the best ways to get started? I think a general goal is just eating healthier.
Oh yeah.
What's a good way to get on track with that?
So the first way to get on track is to figure out your goal. And then once you have that, start thinking about what a person who does those things do.
Okay.
To put it simply. So a lot of people think, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to fit into this outfit, or some kind of big lofty goal like that.
Sure.
And those are all great goals. But then the first step to figuring out how to get there is, what does a person do to get there? So, you know, a lot of the times people think, I want to lose 20 pounds. And then they're like, okay, well, I need to eat better. I need to exercise. Where you can kind of start small in your day-to-day when you're picking food. You're deciding to go to the gym or not. You're at a drive-through. What would a person who's trying to make a healthy decision do in this moment?
Oh, okay.
So that's a really small way to help make little changes.
It's like one of those instances where you put the rubber band on your wrist and you, whenever you're in that situation, you pop your rubber band, you say, okay, what would I do here? What would the healthier me do here? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on the road to healthier eating, do you often have a suggestion on some foods that people can start with?
Yeah, I like to always start with, I do this with everyone I see, is your beverages and what you drink.
Ooh, I hate drinking calories. That's a huge no-no for me. Okay.
And that's a really small change that can have really big impacts over time.
Absolutely, it does.
You know, different nutrition professionals or dietitians might have other ideas, but I always like to start there. You know, for people who are drinking a lot of sugary beverages like regular soda, juices, and teas.
Bingo.
That's a lot of calories you're taking in that you probably don't even realize you're doing it. And over time, that adds up. And it's the same way over time, if you take those out of the diet, that can add up and lead to drastic changes.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well, a lot of people think that eating healthier means that you have to spend more money. And in some instances, that can be true.
Yeah.
But in others, it's not. Will you help us? Where's the middle ground there?
Yes, so eating healthy, it is expensive. You know, whether that's in actual dollars because fresh produce is expensive, meat is expensive, eggs have been expensive, you know, big talk for a while, or just resources and time. It takes time to go to the grocery store and meal plan, chop the foods, cook the foods. We don't all have the same amount of time to spend doing those things. But to help with the price or the cost, doing things that are simple and cheap, if you can buy frozen canned vegetables when they're on sale, buy a lot of them. They don't go bad. You can keep them in your pantry or the freezer for a very long time. Get things that are pre-chopped if you can afford the extra expense so you're not spending as much time in the kitchen.
Okay, all right. Well, final question for you. Now, I know I go for the easy stuff when I'm snacking. What are some of your quick favorites that you can just grab on the go?
I love a protein bar. Something that's got about 20 to 30 grams of protein. You know, not a lot of sugar. It could be anything that you like. That's a really good one. You can throw it in your purse. I love fresh fruit as a snack, but berries don't always work well in my big purse. They can get smashed.
Right.
So things that are durable. A banana's a great one. It has a peel. You don't have to worry about it getting dirty. But something that's got some protein or has some fiber from like a fruit or a vegetable.
Perfect, Maggie. Thank you. Okay, well, before we go, are there any final words for our audience out there?
I would just recommend, you know, if you have made resolutions that haven't stuck in the past, to really start thinking about them differently and make really small changes. You know, your body doesn't care what you do in a day. It cares what you do over weeks and months and years. So you have to find something that you can do even on hard days, whether that's cutting out a soda, going on a walk, something that isn't overwhelming to you day to day.
Something small. Start small.
Yeah.
You can get farther with that.
You can, yeah.
Maggie, thank you for coming on the show
Thank
and
you.
sharing some really great tips for us today. All right.